Hello and welcome to my channel, to my YouTube channel. My name is Derek Tafuma, and I wanted to talk about in this video about how to document with new media. So what does that mean? It means how do you tell stories using new media like Facebook, like YouTube, like Wordpress, like Anchor, and what are all these platforms? So I've chosen like three categories of documenting, which is the written word, and you can use WordPress to do that. Then you have the spoken word, and you can use Anchor for that one. And then the third one is, of course, a video, and you can use YouTube for that. But these are not the only platforms you can use. You can use a lot of other platforms, a lot of different platforms. In fact, every platform I know is trying to incorporate all three different forms of telling stories. Okay, so some of you might be good at writing, some of you might be great at talking, and I've got friends who are really good at talking, but they spend their day writing, and you can tell that from their writing they are really struggling. If only they could just realize that all they need to do is speak or talk all day long. Then you've got people who are not camera shy, like myself, okay, who don't care that there's a camera in front of them, who want to eat the camera. So people like me are able to do, in fact, I think I'm gifted to do all three. I can do writing. In fact, the first thing I want to do every morning is just to write an article, write a story. The next thing I want to do when I wake up is just to use my anchor, to talk. And the next thing I want to do later in the day is just to start shooting video. So, I'm quite comfortable in all three. But some people might just want to talk. Some people might just want to write. Some people who never want to show their face on camera, but other people will want to show their face on camera. So they will go on the camera. They will almost behave as if they want to eat the camera. And those are people that are able to do video. Okay, so those are the three main ways in which you can document. And I've given three examples. Okay, but there's a lot more. Now, if you look at Instagram, for example, on Instagram, you are able to post a caption or a picture with some writing on it. Okay, you are able to type something up. You are able to send video. You are able to also send a recorded audio. So you can do that. On Snapchat, you can do almost the same things that you do on Instagram. Then when it comes to writing, you've got Facebook. You can write on Facebook. You can write on Twitter, 140 characters. On Facebook, you've got more leverage. You can write a lot more on Facebook. You've got platforms like Medium, where you can also do some blogging. You've got WordPress. So you've got all sorts of platforms that you can use for writing. And as for audio, of course, there's Anchor, which I use almost on a daily basis, because I find that in 5 minutes I can say, quickly talk about an idea and post it. And the good thing about Anchor now is as soon as you've finished your recording, you can post your wave onto your account or your username. You can also convert it into a podcast and post it on the iTunes podcasts. Okay, so this was just a short video to say, guys, look, documenting does not mean just writing books anymore. In fact, a lot more people are watching video and listening to your audio instead of reading books. So one of the things that book writers are doing is to convert their book into an audio recording. So for example, when I'm driving, instead of listening to some music while I'm driving, I'm listening to either a podcast or a book. Okay, because there's nothing else I can do when I'm driving, except maybe sometimes I just want to drive quietly because I want to think. So when I'm thinking, I don't listen to anything. Okay, I just want to keep my head clear, because every time you listen to something, ideas keep flowing in. And I think that's a problem that some people have, which is a problem that I've had in the past. where after reading a certain book, you want to read another book, which is similar to the one you've just been reading. And then you want to read more and more and more. And even podcasts, you listen to one podcast, then you listen to related podcasts. And by the end of the day, you're listening to almost 12, 15, 20 different podcasts. And you've got no time for your own creative thinking, because you're getting all these ideas from different people. And the problem is you have no time to implement any of them because you're busy consuming content. So I think the best thing to do is to give yourself times where you just want some quiet, okay, where you can think about your own content creation, okay, so that you can create your own content. Otherwise, you'll always be consuming. And the more you consume, the less time you have for your own productivity. Okay, so it was just a short video, guys. I will see you in the next video where I will talk about other stuff, or even go into more depth on one of the things I've been talking about here, which is how to document using new media.